A study on the link between playing football and CTE was released this week, and it's not good news for the NFL. I'm AJ Newharth-Koish, and this is Sports Pulse, plugging you directly into what's happening in sports. A new report published in the Journal of American Medical Association found CTE in 110 out of 111 former NFL players whose brains were donated for research. I'm joined today by USA Today's Nancy Armour, who just wrote the column, "How Many More Dead Athletes Before We Address CTE?" So first off, what were the most revealing or the most disturbing findings in this new study?
Well, I think the thing that jumps out most is the sheer numbers. The researchers examined 202 brains and found evidence of CTE in 177 of them. That's 87%. Now, granted, these are all brains that were donated by mostly family members, some medical examiners. I think one of the players had designated it himself. So these were people who had suspected or feared that there was CTE, but that's still a staggering amount of people.
What does this mean for the NFL moving forward? I mean, how do you think the league as a whole should respond?
Well, the league and the league is not alone. The NHL has done it to FIFA as well, but they've all said, there's no definitive proof yet that repetitive head trauma causes CTE. And that is true, because there is not yet a test to diagnose people while they are still alive. Right now, you can only find CTE through an autopsy. But when you have these kind of numbers, and you look at it, especially when you compare it with other studies, there's something there. The NFL still said yesterday, we need more answers. We need to have definitive causes. But you reach a point that if it walks like a duck and it talks like a duck, odds are it's going to be a duck.
So can football be saved? I mean, how can the game exist as we know it if this continues?
One of the things that researchers have talked about is if and when they can find a way to diagnose CTE in people while they're still alive, that puts them on the road to finding a cure for it too, or a way to prevent it. Maybe it means that kids don't play football or tackle football until they're 14, 15, 16. And I think what we need to do is get to the point in football that everybody knows what the risks are. Everybody knows what the causes are. And then you make the decision, do I want to play or not? But you can't, I think everybody needs as much information as possible, or all of the information, before they can make that kind of a decision. And that's the point that we need to get to.
Thanks so much for joining me, Nancy.
Thanks for having me.
Stick with Sports Pulse for the latest on what's trending in sports.